time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome. Patrick Johnson here with you after an exciting weekend of sports around ENC and beyond. And we'll talk about it today. Plus, a D.H. Conley alum and one of the top players in softball in ECU and its history will be on the show. Anna Sawyer joins us here today as East Carolina gets set to host the conference tournament in the American. First time since joining the American Conference, they'll host the tournament in Greenville. I think the second time ever they've hosted in modern times the conference tournament. And also our good friend Lynn Hartsell will be with us, Region 10 Commissioner. They will start their tournament in Kinston later in the week. So we got all that to get to today. I know I told you I wasn't going to be here for the show today, but some things changed with my schedule. I will be out tomorrow, so Philip will be in holding down the fort tomorrow on the show. And then I'll be back Wednesday. We're supposed to have Shane Winkler at that time. I think we're going to try to get with Shane sometime between games on Wednesday because that's when the conference tournament starts. And we'll bring that to you in the 5 o'clock hour. And then we'll just kind of see how it goes Thursday. You know, the rain, the update I saw a little earlier had the rain coming in more Thursday night. So I think there's a good chance ECU might get their game in unscathed because they're only playing 2 on Thursday. Isn't that correct, Pilk, with the
so noon and a 2:30, I think.
Yeah. So they do have a little bit of padding in there one way or the other. But and you can always move games up. I don't know what that would be with teams having won the day before and turning around and playing the next day. But I'm sure just to get a game in, you can move it up an hour if you needed to. Who knows?
The big thing I think is they want the championship game played on time because it's on ESPN2 at noon on Saturday, and he said that if they've got to play late into Friday night, that they will. Is what he told me when I talked to him this morning. So,
gotcha. So that's going on. I was going to say Friday they moved the game. It was a doubleheader Friday, and ECU won both games, and then we had the day off Saturday, and then came back yesterday. And called the action with Courtney Layton on ESPN Plus, and enjoyed the game. All right. See, anything else this week? Canes play tonight. Game 2 of the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the East. Up a game already on Philadelphia. And then let me give a little bit of a dart here to the NCHSAA. And, I've had a long relationship with those people. I broadcast a lot of their championships. I like a lot of the people there. They're all very good folks, helpful folks, the times that I've, worked regionals or state championships with them. They've all been great. But they put out the spring sports tournament today, the brackets today. You know when they start the spring sports tournaments for the state championships, Bill? This isn't for the the Bonnet Bowl or the Buttercup Trophy. I mean, this is the state championships for 8 classifications in all the spring sports. Do you know when that bracket came out today? It came out today. You know when they start those tournaments?
Tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Tomorrow. What are they doing?
Rip Van Winkle State, man.
How can you not go in? A lot of people wrapped up Thursday. How do you not know this? I mean, if you have a problem, put it in your bylaws. You got to be wrapped up the Thursday before the state tournament. And then you guys could spend Friday doing it. And then you just put it out Friday night or Saturday morning. And it's hit send.
Yeah.
God knows. It's just
the state, man.
It gets hard to defend their, and I mean, it's a good mission. But it's just hard to defend what they do. And let me say another thing, too. I saw somebody sent me this. Apparently some idiot on Twitter put this totally fabricated BS story about Norby out there. And Cliff, to his credit, retweeted it and said this is garbage. This is not the case. people. Speaking of, I got my. Well, I shouldn't say my first. I got this first that I can recall. It's first in a while. Some softball hate mail. Usually it's the baseball fans and others that hate me because I'm a hated. Pilk, I can't believe it. Lovable fuzzball that I am. There are people that hate the P-Man.
PJ, you haven't made it till you have haters. You gotta have. That's how you know you've made it. Anybody can be liked. You got to be great to be hated.
Do you know why people hate me when they first see me?
Because you're not as tall as they think you are.
No, it saves time.
Ah, there you go.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke, Pilk. You need to. It's a good joke. Not only did you step on the punchline, but you didn't laugh.
I'm sorry. No, I did. I smiled, but no, I thought it was the old joke was that everybody sees you. I thought you're tall.
They think I'm taller when they see me because they've only heard me.
Yeah.
But they hate you. They hate me when they see me because it saves time. All right.
There you
go. Let's do the. But hey, I don't know what language this person. I don't know what's going on in the schools in the state of Texas. I'll just say that. But they must be handing out diploma like candy or sticks of gum.
Hey, no child left behind. Thank George Bush for that one.
Another great Texas mind. Top 5 at 5.
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard.
You ready?
Or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
I always liked the line where he said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't get fooled again."
Yeah.
Quoted the Who. I thought that was great. And then he goes, "We're going to protect the nation against terrorists." Now watch this drive. That was great.
Hey, man, he was entertaining in some ways, but
America.
Yeah. All righty. Number one, it was a tough weekend on the diamond for the Pirate baseball team. They go just 1-2 against the Memphis Tigers after a great showing from Ryan Towers, as well as the offense on Friday night. Bad news earlier today on Hoist Colors when Cliff Godwin spoke to Stephen Igo. He gave us an update or maybe a little lack thereof on Sean Jenkins.
Yeah, Sean's going to miss some time. How much, we're not 100% sure. So he got some imaging on Friday. He didn't make the trip so he could get that done. And we're going to send the imaging stuff off down to Dugas down in Birmingham and let him look at it and see where we go from there.
Now, I don't know who he's speaking of specifically in Birmingham. I'm just presuming it's the Dr. James Andrews and that group, which have done about any athlete you think of that has had an injury of some kind that is significant with a knee, an arm, a shoulder, a quad, from football players to baseball players to pro wrestlers, they've gone to James Andrews. So that's who I assume he's talking about there. If that's the case, Sean Jenkins will be in great hands as far as any evaluation, any kind of game plan to rehab or treat himself or whatever. And if he needs to do a surgery, and again, that's not what Cliff Godwin's saying there, but again, this is just presumptive based on that comment. I do think he's in fantastic. I mean, the James Andrews track record is flawless.
He's in great hands, but our baseball team might be without him for the rest of the year if that's who they're sending this to.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that it's going to be a while, and the while could be the remainder of the year. But you feel badly for that. The pitching's been a problem. And as for the weekend, again, I think it was the approach at the plate seemed to be the trouble area.
Yeah.
So nothing mechanical necessarily, but just maybe the approach and the mentality. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting week. Rice comes in, and Rice just swept UAB. Pirates are 2 games out of first place behind UTSA. And you got to consider that 3 or 4, they've got to win more than UTSA was, and it's getting late early in the conference season. But I mean, you got some ground to make up with 6 conference games to go, and I mean, it's not unthinkable, but you almost have to kind of win out the rest of the way.
Number two in brighter news on the diamond, Shane Winkler got his 500th win yesterday as the Pirates swept UTSA and locked up the number 3 seed in their conference tournament. Here's what Shane had to say after the game about winning 500.
That means I've been doing it for quite a while now, but when looking back, and I'll probably sit and think about it a little bit tonight, it means I've gotten to coach a lot of special players, and they mean a lot to me. Obviously, this team does, but for the past 18 years being a head coach, it's really special. I've got to be a part of a lot of special teams, and we've got an opportunity here to capitalize on this season and make it another special one.
As we mentioned, it was also senior day in that event, and Anna Sawyer got to actually be subbed out during the last inning as kind of the way you do it in basketball, and here's what she had to say about that.
Yeah, it's just an honor, honestly, just to have a coach that cares so much about things like that, just letting me have that moment. It means so much to me. He knows what Pirate Nation means to me. He knows what Greenville means and just what this team means to me. So I'm just really, once again, I'm just grateful.
We're going to have Anna Sawyer on in a little bit so we can talk more about that. Shane Winkler is a total class act. Great guy. What he's done this year is pretty darn remarkable because this was a team that had to reinvent totally from the style of play that they played the last 2 years, and they've had to become a team that plays small ball, close, tight games. But they've executed, they play defense, they pitch, and to finish in third and to have a chance to go into the tournament on your home field as a legitimate contender to win the conference championship, I think is a very exciting thing. And I wish them the very best this week. I'm looking forward to following it. And again, we'll have Shane Winkler with us on Wednesday. I don't know if I mentioned that yet or not so far today, but we will have Shane Winkler with us on Wednesday on the program. All right, what's next?
3.
Number 3, we'll head to Churchill Downs for this one. It was a record viewing audience, 19.6 million on NBC for the 152nd Kentucky Derby. Also, Golden Tempo was the one who took it home, making Sherry DeVoe the first female trainer to ever train a horse to win the Kentucky Derby.
Well, and that's an exciting story and a great accomplishment in itself. The fact that the horse came from where it came back down the stretch, from the back of the pack to win, is the real story. And that's the horse, that's the jockey in the heat of the moment doing that. It was a fantastic finish. I actually watched the race and enjoyed it immensely. I don't like all the coverage before the 18 hours of leading.
No, I don't either.
But, they've got it down to a science. I mean, it moves along, and it's, it is what it is. So NBC does, because of the Olympics, I think they can do a good job with things like that and not make it feel like it is too arduous. But it's just not my jam, as they say.
4-4-4.
A ground ball to third. Donaldson squares, throws to first in time. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
That was the legendary John Sterling, the longtime announcer of the New York Yankees, passed away earlier this morning at the age of 87. Obviously very iconic there, how he holds out the every time the Yankees win. And he'll be missed in the broadcasting family as well as there in New York.
He was the voice of Atlanta and did the Braves games. And I think he was on the call of that 19-inning game in the 80s, the one where they shot the fireworks off in the middle of the night on July 4th. I think he was calling that game on radio or television for the Atlanta Braves. But obviously he'll be known because he basically, when the Yankees were on that run, Pilk, he was the radio voice of the Yankees. So he'll be known for that.
Yeah, he joined the Yankees in 89.
Yeah, and, obviously they started to win in the 90s and part of the 2000s, and he was behind the mic for this most recent stretch of world championships.
5.
Alrighty, number 5, one of the big portal entries has found a new home. Juke Harris, he was an all-conference guard last year at Wake Forest. Multiple reports have come out that he was offered anywhere between $3 and $5 million to take his talents just east and to Chapel Hill. However, he turned them down. He's heading north and west to go to Knoxville, Tennessee. And the Tar Heels recruiting woes continue.
The kid from Florida Atlantic that was going to go there, apparently they didn't let him in school because he didn't finish this semester. Is that what I heard? Correct?
Yeah, I mean, but Carolina cares about academics for their athletes. Oh my goodness! Little breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
You think you would graduate cum laude if that were the case? If you didn't care about going to class there. I'll say this. So apparently there was, thinking that Juke might go to state.
Yeah.
There was some thinking that Juke might go to LSU, and apparently LSU offered him the bag, as the kids like to say. And then Michael, don't call me Mike Malone, got involved in this with the Tar Heels. I don't think this is as bad as the Belichick thing. I really don't, because I do think Malone's a competent coach and is a little more with the times. But I don't think this is going to work out like they hope it's going to work out. And see no further evidence than the deal with Amazon. That whole Duke thing's on a different level.
Yeah, I'm guessing Carolina's allowed to do that stuff. But would Duke being private, do they have more, leeway into doing that kind of stuff?
Maybe they might, but I mean, they're the brand, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No matter if they're private, public, or whatever, that is the brand, and they've got a game plan, and the way they actually. I mean, how many times have we had Giglio and Brett on to talk about? They know what they're doing in Durham as far as they have a structure. They have corporate partnerships like leagues do.
Yeah.
I mean, that high level. And, now they've got their own deal. Crazy. Oh, it's May the 4th be with you.
It is May the 4th.
Star Wars nerd?
Yeah, of course. Me. Yeah, Igo's a Star Wars nerd.
Well, that I'm not surprised at that one bit. You could have told me anything else that would have surprised me. The fact that he's a Star Wars nerd does not surprise me in the least little bit. You know who else is? You all in Buscemi. So There you go. Think about that for a minute.
I know.
All right, we got to go. We'll come back, and Sawyer will be with us. Hill can defend himself tomorrow on this.
Remember, get the podcast of the show on the IBX Media app or where you get your podcasts.
I listen on my Apple Watch.
Smart speaker.
Listen while you work.
I listen everywhere.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It was awesome. Like, even Kenesha Slapper hitting the ball out. Like, we knew the wind was blowing out. And one of the things I said to myself in the box, I was like, if she throws it in this box, I'm killing it. And that's exactly what I did. And just the energy is just contagious from the beginning. So Kenesha setting the tone, that just helped me continue it.
All right, that is the voice of Anna Sawyer, who joins us now. She spoke yesterday after the Senior Day victory for the Pirates as they swept UTSA, finished third in the conference, and are primed and ready for a run in the conference tournament. Great to have Anna Sawyer, who's been very busy today. The Senior Day thing, it's handled all different ways. I think softball does a really nice job. They do it before the game. The parents are out there. And I don't want to say it's compartmentalized, but it doesn't ever seem like it takes away from the game per se. In other words, it's its own ceremony, and it becomes a bigger part of or a part of a bigger celebration. And then you see other things where people's jerseys have been retired before games, and that kind of, maybe the emotions overcome them. So I have to imagine, though, it has been a kind of a whirlwind 72, 96 hours for you.
Yes. I mean, yesterday was truly, me and my roommate, Michaela, keep talking about it. Like, it was the best day ever. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better day. My teammates did such a good job just making it special for all of the seniors. The coaches, they always do a good job with the ceremony. Like, I don't know. It was just literally the best day ever, on top of hitting a home run, winning the game, and then Coach getting his 500th win. Like, that's just crazy. So it was truly the best day ever.
We'll get into the tournament part of this because there's still softball to be played. And for you, softball to be played in Greenville on your home field. So that's very exciting. And regardless of how the next week turns out and possibly beyond, I think today or yesterday is going to be a day you're always going to remember because of the home run, because of the victory. It almost seemed like the perfect beginning, and then you all came out with such energy and were able to hang on.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. My whole family was there, which was just awesome. Not a lot of kids have that opportunity to where their like entire extended family can come out and watch. And, your grandparents are getting old. It's getting hard to go to a lot of the games. They're always watching, but to just have them in person, it was amazing. The energy there was awesome. I'm hoping we can continue that for the tournament. And just all the girls, the young girls from the Pitt County Girls Softball League that came out, it was just amazing. Honestly, yesterday was perfect in a lot of different ways.
And I think you should have got an outfield assist. I think they got the call wrong on the replay.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been a thing recently. It's a lot of things people are they go back and they're like, wait, no, the call was a certain way, and then they did change it. I don't know all that stuff, but from where I was, I couldn't really tell, so I was trusting it, I guess, but who knows?
You had, as Anna Sawyer joins us here on the Patrick Johnson Show this afternoon, you did have the home run. We heard your reaction to it there. You're on deck, though, for the Kenesha home run, which is on the first pitch. So did you see anything in particular when she got the ball in the air and it went out that, made you think, okay, I might be able to do some damage here myself?
Yeah, Kenesha, I mean, she's just truly a tone setter, whether she bunts, slaps, hits, she does a really great job of just setting the tone for every game. And I knew the wind was blowing out a little bit. And as soon as I saw that ball in the air, I was like, that thing's gone. It's gone. So just the energy from that was awesome. And honestly, it helped me because the first 2 games against UTSA were rough for me. I just wasn't really hitting like myself. But at the end of the day, we won. So it was, at that point, you have to figure out how to let it go. So I was trying to come out with that opening day mentality. And when Kenesha hit that ball, it was just okay, we're good. And I said this in a prior interview, all I was thinking is she has to throw it in this box. And if she throws it in there, I'm killing it. And sometimes it's as simple as that. Hitting can be that simple. So for me, it was just simplifying the game, and Kenesha helped me do that from the beginning.
It's very interesting that you made comments yesterday to this effect, and I've heard other teammates, past and present, say this as well. But with Shane Winkler, you're playing in a situation where you have a lot of ownership of the team and of your performance, but you're not being micromanaged in any way in the game. I know that he, really drills down on you guys in practice and when you're in the cage and all that, but he really kind of lets you all go up there and do what you do best at the plate. Mm-hmm. And you're not afraid, as you put it, of not having success. I mean, in other words, it inspires confidence to go up there and be loose, I would guess.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talk all the time about positive self-talk and being able to have an opening day mentality. And there's a lot of the times where we'll joke, as a group about the opening day, but we went over the day before, opening day. But, the fact that we have a coach that allows us to think like that and to not hold us back from the things that we've been doing prior, that's awesome. A lot of kids don't have that opportunity, especially in college ball. That's honestly really hard to find. So we just know that positivity is just drilled in us, good body language. I know that's my biggest thing. I don't really talk to myself that bad like some other girls do, but my body language, a lot of the times you can see when I'm frustrated, you can see when I'm angry. And he just does a good job of being hey, know who you are. You're one of the best players I know. If you don't know that I think you're great, then you're highly mistaken. And he just has so much grace for us. He holds us to really high expectations in practice and in the games, but he's not the type of coach that's going to make you scared to fail or you don't lack confidence in any way with Coach Winkler.
Anna Sawyer's with us. ECU will be the 3rd seed. They'll play at 2:30 on Thursday. in the American Conference Tournament, which for the first time as a member of the American will be held in Greenville. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. You have won a state championship. That's not easy. So winning the conference championship would be really exciting, too, as a nice way to finish off your collegiate career. With all that said, I want to go back to kind of the day one. When did you sort of pick softball as the sport you were going to pursue?
Well, I started when I was 4 years old, so I feel like at that age you didn't really have a choice. But I know my mom talks about all the time. I had this, his name was Dave Melvin. He was my first travel ball coach when I was 7 years old. And at that age, like, when you're in these moments, they're the biggest moments ever. When you look back, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, that was 7U travel ball. But at the time, it was like, I'm the 7-year-old playing 8U ball, like, I don't know. It was just like at that point, I knew that somebody thought I was good enough and talented enough to want on their team and to play at a higher level. So I would say as young as 7 years old was when I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm good at this. I love it. My parents love it, and it's fun.
I heard a story that Duke wanted you to go there. Is that true?
Yes. So I was actually committed to Duke in 8th grade. This was before the rule change. So this was a while ago. So at one point there was like 6th graders to like 8th grade being like verbally committed to these college schools. But anyway, so I had kind of a connection with my travel team out of Durham. So from a really young age, I was committed to Duke for softball. And then when that kind of fell through, the rule had changed back to where you have to wait till September 1st of your junior year. So after that point was when I committed to ECU under another coach.
Right. Shane Winkler wasn't the coach that, did you think about maybe decommitting after the previous coach was dismissed and Shane came aboard, or how did that, at what point did you know, okay, this is going to work out?
Yes. So I don't know if he even really knows his story, but so when that happened, when the coach left at ECU, I was freaking out. Like my family, you go to all these travel ball tournaments, you pay all this money, you think you finally know where you're going, and then this happens. And like as a family, we were just kind of freaking out a little bit. So honestly, I thought about going back to Duke. So I went to this, again, like this travel ball team. So that was kind of affiliated sort of with it. And I went and I performed the worst I ever have. I remember just feeling so low. My confidence was like at the floor. And I was crying to my mom. And we were in Florida for this practice. It was like this practice we went to in Florida. And I cried on the way home. And I was like, Mom, I can't do this. Like, I can't go back. I don't want to do this. Like, this isn't where I'm meant to be. And I actually got a DM from Coach Winkler. And he was like, hey, if you're not committed to Duke, like, I'd love to chat with you and that. And it was like, from that point, I knew this was my home. I just knew he wanted me. I knew after our talk the kind of guy he was. It was a short talk, but he wasn't intimidating. His goal wasn't to try to scare me or make me feel less than or like I was begging for something. It was just like, if you know Coach Winkler, he's the chillest, best guy out there.
So the championship's in Greenville, and East Carolina has a few days to get ready for it, which I think is a good thing. And you know, I know obviously you would like to be in the top two, get all the way to the semifinals, but you know, we just saw in women's basketball that didn't work very well for those teams. But with that said, you got to be excited to have the opportunity Thursday to take the field on your home field. And if there could be as good a crowd as there was yesterday, boy, that I thought that was a real difference maker yesterday in the game as well.
It was. It definitely was. I think if we can get, I mean, honestly, I'm on deck, and I'm hearing all these little girls behind me, Anna, and I'm like, I can't look at you right now. I'm supposed to be getting my timing, but I hear you. And like, sometimes we get that, but like hearing that all day yesterday, every single time I was on deck, and one of them goes, hey, Anna, hit another home run. And it's just like, to them, it's just so simple and it's just so fun. And just the fact that they feel like they know me, and some of them really do, but the fact that they just like, they want me to do so good. I saw one had my jersey on yesterday, and it's just awesome. And just being able to be at home is just a dream come true to be able to finish it. And hopefully we don't finish it there, but right. And we continue it. But
you were even signing autographs in Raleigh last week. So I mean, obviously you're a star. That's why it was a big get for us today to get you on the show. So you're signing autographs everywhere. Anna Sawyer with us here. All right, lay it out. What do the Pirates have to do to advance from Thursday and get to Friday, and just really for the whole duration of the tournament for the 3 days? What do you feel like the team's got to do?
Honestly, the quicker we can get hot, the better. This weekend doesn't really does show that we got hot quick on a Friday. And if you know, early on, it was hard for us to win on a Friday, whatever. We'd always pull through. We'd win the series. But I think for us, if we can get that energy just as quick as possible and that fire as quick as possible, we'll be all right. I think Julia Apostolakos, I think she feeds off of that. Rainford, I think our whole pitching staff feeds off of that. I know our hitters do as well. So just honestly, we know the talent's there. We know we can execute. It's just that energy from the get-go, not trying to wait till something happens, but making it happen.
I put you up there with RJ. I put you up there with Rajay Harris. I put you up there with Maeve English as like just great Pirates. So it's a great time to have you on. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you and the team in the tournament this week.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And go Pirates.
There you go. Awesome to have Anna Sawyer with us. Good stuff. All right, our good friend Lynn Hartsell will be joining us coming up on the other side. Anna's brother playing in the Region 10 tournament. We're going to talk to the commissioner of the Region 10 about that and all the other things going on in college athletics.
Oh, hey. Welcome back.
Oh, who's back reporting for duty?
You got here just in time.
Holy nuts, man.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right, nice to have you with us here on this Monday. Show's popping, got a lot going on here on the program. And let's now turn our attention to more of the Diamond Sports. As they say, this is in Kinston this week. It is the Region 10 community college schools from around the state participating in the Region 10 tournament. Baseball, and it will be, again, played at Granger Stadium. We'll get the dates, and, of course, Pitt Community is one of those participating, our friend Tommy Eason's club. Coach Lynn Hartsell, who for years has been in JUCO athletics, and now the commissioner of the Region 10, joins us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. Again, we've had him on a couple times over the years, so it's great to have you back on, Lynn. Hope you're doing well. I know it's a busy week for you, so we really appreciate the time.
Well, I appreciate you having us on and helping us spread the word of NJCA athletics.
Hey, tell me a little bit about the tournament, the Region 10, when it starts in Kinston, and kind of what the layout is and how long it'll run for.
Well, officially, the dates are May 7 through 11. I know administratively you've got to prepare for it, but Mother Nature's not looking too good Thursday, Friday, even though the forecast has gotten a little bit better since yesterday. But we'll have 4 games the first day of the tournament, 4 the second day, 4 on the third day. The fourth day, we'll have 2 games, the second game being a championship game, and the if game on the 5th day. We just don't know when these days might align with the weather, but we're going into it hoping we can get 4 in on Thursday and just go from there. We'll have a coaches meeting on Wednesday night, but looking forward to playing on the best surface that these teams have played on all year at Granger Stadium.
Yeah, you guys are going to be the tune-up, in a sense, for the bird dog season. So that's kind of a cool
We
thing.
really are. And if we had an if game, that would be Tuesday morning, and the bird dogs open up Tuesday night. If we get much past that if game, we're going to have to figure something else out, which we've got plan B and C if necessary. I mean, if you're a baseball or softball fan this week and next between the Region 10 tournament at historic Granger Stadium, East Carolina hosting the AAC softball tournament, East Carolina baseball being at home, and then the Bird Dogs opening up next Tuesday here in Kinston, you can flat get your feel over these next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. And next Tuesday, by the way, we'll be doing our show from outside of the stadium at Granger Stadium here for the Patrick Johnson Show. So looking forward to that. Lynn Hartsell, Commissioner of the Region 10, joining us here, and very involved in the NJCAA, obviously. I want to ask you about a couple of other things. Coaches I talked to a person, do believe that we're going to get the 5-year eligibility for being able to play college athletics. How will that impact JUCO athletics?
Well, it certainly could impact ours. We've had discussions over the years about adding a third year of eligibility, and what's prevented us from doing that is the NCAA sticking with 4 years of eligibility. So, you know, we might go back and look at adding a third year for junior college. So many kids are coming out of high school now with so many college credits that, you know, we're having a harder time keeping them 2 years, much less looking at a third year. But obviously, you know, with the transfers and graduation rates, they got much better chance of getting those kids graduated in 5 years than they do 4. So that's probably a little something to do with it. I'm anxious to see, though, with what's coming out right now, no matter what, you get 5 years, you get 5 years of eligibility in. You know, looking at past court cases, I don't know how well that's actually going to hold up in the real world.
If you were to go to a JUCO out of high school and they do pass this, how does that factor in your eligibility? Is that part of the 5 years?
Yes, I mean, in this, you know, I was on the show, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, where the rumor was junior college eligibility doesn't count for 4-year schools, and that is still not the truth. If you play at a junior college, it does take away years from your 4-year eligibility. So, you know, still trying to look, I still get asked that to this day. Still trying to refute that, you know, and it, look, that thing went like wildfire all across the country. And, you know, we did the best we could to refute it and tell them really what's going on. But I don't see a day where junior college athletics is not going to count toward your years of eligibility at a 4-year school.
All politics are local. So within the state of North Carolina, what are the big challenges for these various community and junior colleges in the state right now?
Well, it hadn't changed. It's finances. We are one of the states, and Virginia is too, where we're very limited on what funds can be used for community college athletics. It's really a 3-pronged approach. It's your percentage of activity fees, vending, and bookstore. And our problem is very little vending going on community college campuses now. Bookstores, most of the kids are buying their books online because it's so much cheaper. So now it goes back to a percentage of activity fees. Most of our community colleges do not charge online or high school partnerships activity fees. And some of our schools, you know, 50% of their enrollment are online or high school partnerships. So, you know, our athletic departments might have 50% of the money they had 10 or 12 years ago, but I don't know about in your world, Patrick, but, you know, costs have gone up since then. So we're really battling, trying to find a way to support athletics financially.
What solves that? I mean, what would be the thing that, you know, allows that crisis to be averted, or at least, you know, help it along to get going in the right direction?
Well, I mean, I worked hard for the last year and a half on trying to get community colleges being a part of the gambling tax, the sports gambling tax money that seems to be going everywhere but community colleges. And, when you look into it, the political mission of community college is more workforce than it is college transfer and certainly athletics. So I'm afraid eventually some of our administrations are going to look at doing like Lenore Community College had to do. They had to drop 2 sports a couple years ago. I'm afraid that some of our other community colleges are going to have to look long and hard at that. The pot of money is not getting any bigger. It's not able to support the 4 sports we had at one time, so we're going to have to drop back to 2. And I hate it, but, you've got bills to pay, and you don't want to lower what you're doing for your student athletes either. And, there's more things to be done for our student athletes today because society is expecting it. So it's going to be some tough decisions by our administrations at community colleges in North Carolina. And, we're trying to help them as much as we can. But at the end of the day, you got to have money to pay the bills.
Coach Lynn Hartsell with us here, involved with the Region 10 heads at. Great to have him on with us here. And it's the tournament taking place this weekend in Kinston, the 7th through the 11th, the 11th being the IF day. Pitt is playing in it. Wake Tech's playing in it. Lenore. Brunswick is one of the top seeds, or the top seed in the East in the event. So there are a lot of schools. Lewisburg, a familiar name, and many others. Carteret is starting baseball, or
they sure are.
They are. Is it still Crystal Coast Community College, or what? Carteret?
No, it's Carteret. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's Carteret.
When will they be firing up baseball?
They will field a team next year for the 27 season. They won't be eligible for postseason, being the first year of their athletic department, but a Region 10 veteran as a player and a coach, Blake Heron from Snow Hill. He actually played for me at Lenore Community College, but I think he coached 10 years at Lewisburg, but, he decided to head down to Carteret and be the baseball coach, and I couldn't think of a better person to start a program than Blake.
No offense to Lewisburg, North Carolina, but I think Carteret County, little better scenery. Carteret County.
Well, it's you recruiting to the beach, and that's something to be said about that.
We've got baseball this weekend, as you mentioned, in Kinston with this tournament. Softball, the ECU and American championships going on. There's baseball this weekend. Bird Dogs start next Tuesday. I want to ask you very quick, though, or I know you were out of town working, as you often do, but a really cool moment that your son, Beecham, got to throw out the first pitch Friday in the second game of the doubleheader for softball.
It definitely was, and I was actually down at our D1 tournament at Lexington, South Carolina, where the Blowfish play. And I want to thank you because Beecham had a buddy that was supposed to take pictures or video it, and lo and behold, the young man didn't do it. So when you posted it, that was awesome. But Beecham's a former Region 10 student athlete. He was on the team 2 years down at Brunswick Community College, and went to East Carolina and got his degree in business last year, business administration. Was fortunate enough to be in the IMBA program this year, so he will graduate Saturday with his MBA in the IMBA program, but has been a part of the athletic ground staff when he got to East Carolina and, forged a lot of great relationships throughout the athletic department. But Coach Winkler is just doing a great job with that softball program, and he and Beecham have gotten to be pretty tight, and it was so nice to ask him to throw out the first pitch. I kind of saw just after the release, I don't know how good the form was for softball, but it got toward the plate. I'll just put it to you that way.
The best one they had was one of the golfers from the women's golf team did a chip into the glove.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is good. Awesome. So and I'm afraid
if you're looking,
well, I don't know if your golf game's like mine, we might still be there trying to get that first pitch to get into somebody's glove.
I'll say this: if you're looking for a creative way to do a first bet, that's a good idea. Now, you got to find somebody that can execute it. But
correct.
And like you, I know plenty of guys that think they can execute it, but cannot. So it's a thing. But it was very cool. I was happy to see he got the chance to do that. I know that was a lot of fun for him. Coach, you're one of the best. You know, I've known you a long time, and we enjoy having you on. We'll get you on again very soon because, you know, as you say, this is a forever changing thing, and it has effects that will affect the junior college business as far as athletics.
Absolutely.
So we'll get you to talk about that. Again, give everybody the rundown. It's this weekend at Granger Stadium. The event planned. It is the Region 10 D2 tournament. Tell us about it again one more time.
It's an 8-team double elimination tournament. We've got our Division 2. We got 15 teams in Division 2, so we split it up in the East and the West, and we'll have 4 teams from the East playing 4 teams from the West, but we kind of got them like number 1 seed in the West will play number 4 in the East opening round. So we kind of go back and forth for opening day, but you know, it's a long tournament, 8 teams, double elimination, 4 games the first 3 days, 2 games the 4th day, and the if game on the 5th day. But it'll be a lot of high-level baseball being played. We're proud of what our kids are doing at our level. And look, hey, Brunswick Community College finished runner-up in the nation in 24. So we do play a high level in Region 10. And, you know, I know we're on in Greenville, but if you're not at the AC softball championship or not watching the Pirates on the baseball diamond, come to Kinston and watch some high-level baseball. And I do want to say real quick, PJ, appreciate everything you do to try to help to get the word of community college athletics out there. And also in the background, Philip, for, as they say, twisting the dials.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Great to have you on, Coach. We'll talk to you soon, man.
All right. Thanks so much. Y'all have a good day.
There he goes. Len Hartsell, busy guy. Great to get him on the show. All right, we're going to come back and wrap things up right after this timeout. You are listening to The Patrick Johnson Show.
And now, the stunning conclusion.
Why is everyone screaming?
On 94.3 The Game.
All right. Great to have Coach Linda Hartsell on, Anna Sawyer, outstanding. A lot of great Diamond sports this week. All right. We're here today, as we mentioned. There's some changes to the schedule, but tomorrow I will be out, so Pilk will be navigating this bad boy for you. Shane Winkler, we haven't forgot about him. Congrats on his 500th win, and Coach Winkler will be with us later this week on Wednesday on the program. We'll try to get some guests to talk a little hockey later in the week, and, of course, baseball with the Pirates coming back to take on Rice this weekend. So we'll bid you adieu for now. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening. I'll be out tomorrow. Pilk will be taking care of things and holding down the fort. I'm sure he'll talk about his experience at the Carolina Hurricanes playoff game. We'll come back and see you on Wednesday back in the saddle here on the PJ Show. Have a great evening, everybody.